October 24th, 2022. October 24, 2022. Of course, with me, get the people's power, got Requator, Cashbox. We can continue this conversation. And again, we want to say many, many thanks to Lawyer Lansana Dumbuya. We see consistently they go after this issue of the Evangelist Samson case, the killing of this guy, the abuse of him in body, in corpse, and the other people, and we then go bury them unconstitutionally and illegally by this government. Human rights violations at the highest level. So thank you to Lansana Dumbuya. This man from in days in college, where don't they behind the APC as a political party, they support, don't contest for Secretary General. The empire be big and say, hey, for Pius and Sekla left him. So this man, he don't really be a servant of the APC as a political party. But some people, they can't go back inside this proportional representation. We know saying a bad thing that we country. And I want for make all be rest assured, so the lady and them. This thing when Mohammed Kana where they talk so they don't write and all kind of stuff, if all water, all water, Parliament as the supreme legislative authority get the power and then go stop them effective immediately and not go any side. Because Mohammed Kenya we can not get the authority under no circumstances for go and announce how we for all we elections them. So they can break that particular side down. So this is what I want to tell you now. You see, first of all, if Marabio believe in self as a man, let come with the proclamation. I want to take you back to when we brought that the African Express be go. We say when watch Parliament now bring them Canada in Luma. When we remember we watch Parliament for 2 months, then for past that elections law. For make them into law for them and use the PR system for we elections. Remember when Parliament be come back to we and tell we say, it look like we're not going for pass this law, so Parliament they not go ahead with the bill. Remember that particular lobby. Remember when the deputy speaker now in talk now say well until Parliament able for pass them, well the president able for use in proclamation, in power of proclamation for declare a PR system. So at the time of this, salon people that press release, if you are watching from neck, it not even sign. So then guys just a test. Like how they test when they pull 10 members of parliament, he left, now tested the test, then test the census, he left, now tested the test. The same thing with the PR, now tested the test. Now make I want give you this perspective. But before I even start there, that tell you first. You see section 108 and 8, subsection 8. Section 108. Subsection 8, Cashbox, you get the constitution. I want to read that for me verbatim. What he say under subsection 8, where you get a lot no. Cashbox, you see, some people una listen attentively. Anybody will violate this constitution.
When you want to read it.
Go ahead, Kashi. Come on in. Read 108, subsection 8 for me.
Right. It says any suspension, alteration, or repeal of this constitution other than the authority of Parliament shall be deemed to be an act of treason.
Thank you. That is it right there. So waiting President Bioro don't do so. Waiting Mohamed Kanai away they don't do so. They don't subvert the constitution. They don't alter the constitution for their own benefit. So now when they go to Parliament are the only body, the supreme legislative authority, as it's stated in section 105. We get the authority for alter the constitution in any way, shape or form for change anything. So when they go to Parliament's not able for pass the law. Parliament then come back to we say, hey, we're able for pass this law. That's the end of it. It is dead. The only other option, we were not so even an option, because if Marabio do for go against Parliament for do a proclamation, they did not commit treason. Because again, when you look at section 38 of the Constitution, the entitled section 74 and section 74 of the Constitution, now intent clause. And so anything of those kind of law and there you want for change them, definitely you get for go through Parliament, and not only that, but a referendum for involve the people and voices as well in making these decisions. But now left aside, the fact is section 38A make it clear for say when section 38A make it very clear for say at the time when they now announce election date for parliamentary elections them, if constituencies not exist, now the only time that day where the president may consult. The president may consult. So the first question here is, Marabio not even gets no authority for consult with NEC. Because what you do, we get constituencies that will exist. And the constitution make them very clear. Now section 38, subsection 4, it says, as long as we constituency them, for do a boundary delimitation, not less than 5 years, not more than 7 years. So we constituency them get a lifespan of 5 to 7. Guys, we'll explain these things again and again. But the fact of the matter remains, Marabio, why he not do a proclamation? Because he wanted to absolve himself from committing treason. But now he deny. Because at the end of the day, Mohamed Kanawe economic and very clear say the president say and the constitution at 38A, we not even given the right, it make and clear say if only constituencies not exist. Now the only time that day where the president will consult. So Marabio not for even consult with Mohamed Kanawe on neck because constituencies exist. The constituency they will get so right now, then they die till 2024. Till 2024. So you see how the guy continue for violating the constitution along the way? With constituencies exist. So members of parliament, when we now look at that bill, they say then go include the PR system at the end of the bill. So first of all, that is also treason within parliament by whoever go attach that section there inside the bill when it be say parliament not be agree to the PR system at the time when we all watch what's in the go on the parliament. Again, another treasonous attempt by some people within parliament. Whoever falsify a document, it is falsification of the constitution. Because that particular bill there, it's an amendment, it's sort of, standing aside with the constitution. So if that bill there, parliament not agree for them, why it appear inside that bill there? Everybody in the parliament don't commit treason. Because parliamentarians say, we know say it is on the records. Say, una come and say, no, una not agree to the PR system within a particular thing there. Go ahead, comrade.
And Ibrahim, that's how we say when president build the type of polling it. Let me tell you something, Ibrahim. The laws of Salo say, now two in the whole person. One, individual crime committing. Two, and those who bear the greatest responsibility. Meaning, you will lead the nation or lead any side, something happen. You lead that person, you don't commit crime state because if you know can prosecute a boy, talk say no, not to miss any for doing so, automatically now you, because silence means consent. Then Ibrahim, we don't see parliament. Now, everything we start to say in the parliament, the first people they ever want on this thing, now the speaker and the deputy speaker, we've been telling, we say, where the MP them say, this should be an action. The deputy speaker and the speaker tell we say, in fact, the talk of the parliament again, the president and get the power. Then we know even the inside the president. Then let me tell you something, Ibrahim. We'll keep calling people who the CC this time. We'll expect for that talk. For when this thing not happen, we don't happen. Up to date, Yunkela will not see even right let's accept. Will not see condemn the act. Say this as one of the strong opposition leader, like who's you see in tweets, it's fine. He tweets, tell us they're not be discussing. You don't try to pull his say they're not discussing. Yunkela na other opposition party leader, Ibrahim, not to the number of people that Yunkela will talk about that. Yunkela na influence the only make with the column. He not tweet nothing. Of course, they must. I mean, he may not commit the treason. Long ago, he may not support this rubbish bill. Long ago, he will need to consider and see. But Yunkela, based on what thing we know in influence we get. For that become silent, meaning ASSF don't can support what in deputy been said because deputy and parliament be talk at that time say then they support her because now they one gets one advantage by this year. So therefore, for I say for every of them for people for treasury they start for parliament. That document I happy take it to the president. To think the president the mandate would have falsified a section we put a day, we made the one country and bill for even falsification on an offense. Now, offense, because we are not making a falsification document, people don't know what it is. So, some parts of the parliament who don't see this year, they will have to see the carton a law. So, everything of this thing is a mess. So, beyond not even pulling by this year. Either a talko, either not talko, either a signed document, either a not signed document to. As far as the chief electoral commissioner say the president consultant, then instead of not talking to me, consult you. As far as the president to take section 38 for get power.
Hey, comrade, there's something important right that side where you mentioned. So, we have one direct to the side where. When President Bio consult with the NEC commissioner, now in place after the NEC commissioner gave advice, him as a president, that is where he has to give his order now to say yes, as the president, I'm giving you guys the authority. Where is that? The president say yes, go ahead, do it that way. So you see, that is where the proclamation comes in. Go ahead, Kashi.
Sorry, on that point. Yeah. You know, waiting we need for no, and waiting the Salon people they need for no, and because I'm not a lawyer, I mean, you're very good at your law trending. But
no, Kashi, I'm telling you now, sacrosanctly, I see where you're going. Sacrosanctly, the president, now make that deputy speaker talk and say, if I do a proclamation, the president get the power to do proclamation. So, till like that, the way you make a decision, when somebody, where you don't go, you don't consult with NEC. Say, hey, listen, I don't get constituency, because that should be the conversation. Now, listen, Cashbox, this is the conversation. Like me and you now, you not can work on it. Me na Marabio. I can't meet you. Marabio, me na I can't meet you, can I work on it. I say, Cashbox, can I work on it? We not get constituency anymore. So, waiting for do now for this next election, where it's a blatant lie, Cashbox, and there are constituencies existing right now. We don't get constituency there.
Exactly.
So
Kashi. So that's the point right there, Ibrahim.
Right.
You see, for me, with President Bio and Mohamed Kanawari Kone, like now stupid game that they play with the Salon people.
Thank you.
You know, I get the letter right in front of me now. You know what he say? He say, I think this is the letter where he writes. He said on the 19th of October, he said the commission held a consultative meeting with His Excellency the President. And remember, before this letter, Mohamed Kanao recorded tweet and say, if the president asked him, I know I will find the tweets, but now I read this letter. He said, I had a consultative meeting with His Excellency the President Julius Madabio to update him on the progress relating to the boundary delimitation exercise being undertaken by the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. Subsequently, on the 20th of October 2022, the Commission received a correspondence from His Excellency the President. This is where I want to go.
Thank you, Kashi.
And
where is that correspondence?
I'll ask the question.
Thank you. Where is that correspondence?
The letter where they receive, is it by law that letter has to be published, or it is okay for make it just the commissioner just receive them? That's the question where I will ask, because it clearly says on the 20th of October, the commission received a correspondence from His Excellency the President, in which the ECSL was directed to use the district block and proportional representation system for the conduct of the June 24th. So this is the question: is the president supposed and is it mandatory for the president to disclose the letter to the public, or is it just suffice for make it just get remain to the
Kashi? That is the point right there. That is the proclamation, because that is the authority that the president gives to the next commissioner to say, go ahead and do a PR system for elections. That's the deputy speaker being referred to, my brother, right there. So that is where that letter is when they hide them, because Madabio knows. So Mohamed Kanawe Kone, okay, now tell Madabio, tell you, where is the correspondence? Where is the document? At least we know say in that letter where you said no sign. Madabio Kanawe Kone no sign that press release day. Now I'm going to tell you again, members of parliament, Sherry Coco, you don't tweet. But these guys, these are the conversations we want to forget, because that PR system will not hold. We're not going to accept it, and we're not going to accept them. And not to this one for going to court at all. This is not a court action. The parliament is a court in itself. That's something is welcome. The court I can talk about all the time. The parliament in itself, Sherry Coco as the leader of the opposition, you have to invoke 86.2 right now. Again, 86.1 of the Constitution. What do you say? The president get the authority for summon parliament, and under that same section, there, 86.2 subsection 2. Now the opposition political party then gets the authority for as long as 20% of them come together. APC alone has 40% of the members of parliament. So as long as the opposition can come together, 20% of them, therefore able for someone a meeting right now for parliament within the next 2 weeks, and the speaker shall. Jericho could not ever invoke 86.2. You don't tweet. Tweets are for the international community. Jericho could just pull it quick, say, hey, me man, let them look after me, say I don't say nothing. So let's do the tweet first, and then we'll watch for see what will happen. We are waiting for see the actions of these guys. But these are the technicalities. Where is the proclamation document? That is what we're waiting for. But when Marabio say, no one for commit treason, or the guy for hide for saying no commit treason, we don't commit the treason already, because Marabio don't call him name for the treason. Because he try people away and commit treason. Now then get for calling him. When I call him a convict other person, we call that person, they say they don't call him name now the treason. Where the evidence? We look at the letter. It said there is a correspondence from the president. Then we ask now, where the correspondence from the president? Now the evidence that will get against the treason for Marabio. But we want to see the proclamation. If Marabio believe himself, if na man, If you believe itself, it stand by this. If you believe say what you want, this PR system, you believe them. Let them give you the proclamation document. Now we want. Me that proclamation document now we want now. We take out the US court system now. We take out our ECOWAS court. We file now. We lawsuit for file against that man for say he's committing treason and violating the constitution in Sierra Leone. You know, Cash Box come on in.
Ibrahim, you know, Madam, you don't commit treason all this while. But let me tell you something. One of the two players for surprise that now when they go see lawyers them, judges them, get for Tinapla Salon for treason, they all go sentence them.
Thank you.
Because up till now, which be known as Salon, up till now, see when they say no, they don't pull the death penalty in a lie. Up till now, because they not do a referendum for pull up. Salon law, if somebody commit treason, now either sentenced to death by firing squad or by hanging or life imprisonment.
Thank you. Reminder.
Because whenever they happen in this country right now, the lawyers, the one be saying that they interpret the law, most of them, those who don't set their eyes all this while, they set their eyes and consumer blunders and they can for current spam. Now they read law and they do them, and you see judges them, they go misinterpret the laws in the court. Like one part two, let's quote example. Now where that judge justice commander them you go, say them pull 10 MPs them, they not say let them go make election. They say for replace them, where they not say by law. Wait, pull MP decide the two that in a real on elections. They make real election on one side, they say that one other one they say na go na parliament. You see, so judges get for them, they head get for roles. People the lawyers get for roles because it's really the whole one possible. Because until or unless we begin hold people where they misinform institution, the way they can't use institution them in them forget political gains like Bank Parade, where they inform that they renaissance like for because them one for when they see the relevance. Where they don't carry on power, they don't see the nakedness. Ibrahim, this particular to the talk show, in this particular PR system, this district block system, get for so many heads get for rule. One is Speaker of Parliament, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Let me don't put it long ago. And I say, I mean, we now opposition, we say now again now opposition leader Parliament. The NGC, can they they all head get for rule and this the APC are the main opposition party because I tell you something, Ibrahim, if you okay, cop, like can up and cop, from where this is happening. Come for them on the spot the press release. Then for them put that next commissioner council on the spot testing political party. Say we not agree. And this time around, those of us who not agree, therefore tell the action to thing will happen if they say they go ahead of time. Ibrahim, let me go. I don't see I'm way na Senegal Makisa Louis one mistake by that opposition leader. When all the parties come together, it change them. We'll see what in make them pull that president Mali. Now just one law you want put five you want add and control and pull on Mali. I'm like it. You see, if you never encounter people can not to foresee well, they can't make press conference. No, what should be your actions? If the president say they go ahead and sell to like for do. I don't tell people they say before Madam you do law we get for damage for next 60 years. Law the parallel for 1 year safe. Will not mind like 1 year per tap in time and you can get another 60 years of miserable salon because Madam you this 5 years no more. Don't cancel more than 60 years backward. When I imagine if this man can say the manipulate something for we go figure out. One of the two get for do first. When they crop you back, it's a crop belly. The political leaders in a salon, especially the main opposition party in the APC, now therefore lead this fight here. Why would they call APC always Ibrahim? Now because then the formidable opposition party where they get large number for kind of governance. If every party like APC, that will be called. So now therefore lead this fight here. Not so like for say if the COP leadership for today should now APC for take every political action lead for take up because now. Not to say it all right. No, say that don't make so. Press conference will be followed with a statement with the ultimatum say in so day in 10 days of our university here, we will call our people out for protest. And until we change our money left, Ibrahim no see. The world will only interfere when they see road to that left where they not see the political tension one count can sit alone. Until or less political action can alone. Matter be done consistently. 4 years, it comes to 5 years. Consistently, they do until they get away. Everything, it might have been not crazy to him. It might have been this, not crazy to man. Might have been don't do him. You see, they say, when post speaker, not crazy to and go, they pull MPs and beat MPs in parliament. Take policemen and Sudan and get them go and develop parliament to weapon. Beat members of parliament and put the speaker, put the deputy speaker, put clerk of parliament at the youth time. He go puffing. If I begin to like play, we go for pull MP, they go for police. Yeah, not crazy, but be not crazy. They not put them on. They not make so. After 1 year, remove 10 members of parliament. After 1 year, he left puffing. He not going to do. Man, be not going to kill nobody's country. He kill na makin. He kill na Tonkoleba. He not going to kill nobody's country. He kill na my line one. He not going to kill nobody's country. He kill na Luchar, na Tumbu, na makin, na Padima Road. Titi, they not question no act. You know, nobody they call for post August 10, they call for terrorists, security, and the women so like this, they go down in the street, they will just go dig hole, including evangelist Samson and the APC social media person. You know, the pumping. Madam, you know, man, hey, this registration, no NI number, no for the no NCRA. We said these things, they don't come to the pass. Then you not just the condition. It's not just the condition. Look at picking an enzyme. Let me give you an example. Lord, I say, remember the temperature of the action in the test. When the man get that in and number students could pick in there, when they're picking and crap that's that future. On the spot of the advantage, the left has there's no let the left. When they're picking and grabbing, they begin, they say no. When they grab a future, on the spot, they say let the left. So to attend and we need an action when they tell government, say, you know, to the master of the state. Not to say that you make the law for say the law that you make. I mean, this law big passes and the big passes, papa say for the law big passer. The one can put law away. So until people let not protect that action, this would sincere manner, Ibrahim, not possible. One of the women lost sight of some of the MPs then especially the party may belong because of all those see how this SLPP don't succeed for use the court, use people inside them count there's in the April and others, time for all episode so until today will not get low level election. So some of them when they know say then they try to hold this party this way. Maybe some of them happy say, okay, if we come to just now, the person the people of parliament. If I know that thing, allow that lie. If I know that thing, we call political action, allow that because we don't pull we own party selection no will be over 2 years from who lose election from 2018 and selection will lose so take on executive. Take not get flagged because of selection. There is no way we are not select somebody for win an APC for go to member of parliament. We get for vote. From constituency they get for vote for big MP. So now for no for say if we are take win a court for selection because they say they select people they select someone for flag there. Because the whole case that APC will make APC go court. They say they select someone for flag there. The selection pull for MP. Now the one local legislative selection by just few places don't say like MP, people for MP. It's not possible. It's not possible. Inside APC constitution for say multiple of understand say we don't constitution say every position should be voted for and it don't become law. So it's either APC don't I think they forget that law begin remind them say APC maybe we don't participate for member of parliament because we get for follow that constitution to last us more and I don't say get for go court. Because when I say we need to vote now for choose MP. Who are not going to cut for 2 years plus we need cut from 2018 to confusion for selection. If they don't be law, when I want to law guy in Bapia still be seen a few man for don't select people for Tomba Parliament. Na lie. So we get for interpret APC constitution to the letter. Say we don't constitution, say we get for vote. So now if allow you don't go to what to constituency there, we go vote for MP. Until or unless una do and they will get member of parliament. Because Ibrahim is part of law. APC don't suffer because of selection for over 4 years so now they suffer for selection. Just because Suba choose select someone like Kamara and some members of parliament there. Few people and go accord they say selection make APC lose election. We agree. Well, we don't like selection make lose election again, Ibrahim. So APC give understand say we already will consider say there is no selection. Already, even consultation already for custom, they understand that so very well. So if I feel for let me bring Cantona because when for court say will not agree for them members of parliament to they select because in the consult selection. So even a law we they against your constitution because they talk say APC constitution for go in line with the Salon constitution. So if they go in line with Salon constitution, I agree. How will one law can use for go select MP for go to parliament? So we as an APC some of us we carry ourselves. We really allow them in the APC. Until they know say APC no get selection, let the country know say for say APC no get selection as election gets. So then they will know say let the pass Abraham APC get all the power. Say they don't do for put this say no we own party. Now on a system talk say they let them go to court with we for selection. So or not account to the go select somebody for go replace we begin for elect them from constituency level. So for example constituency automatically when I run job APC for the APC no member party. Now I point on Ibrahim.
Comrade, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful right there with that analysis. Because now 1 point Sunday, when if APC as a political party, Honorable China Majuba, if he's serious, now then 2 points and then no more they put forth. One, I want to see the proclamation document from the president authorizing NEC to go ahead with the PR system. 1, 2, our political party does not support selection anymore. We are not going to select our members of parliament. We're going to get them elected. So your actions are against the default system we'll get for election. But comrade, you know that's a beautiful point. Go ahead, my brother. If you don't like.
No, the action is not just against we, it's against this country because if the PPRC tell we say we forget a law in line with our constitution, we make them all support say even consultation when they remove election, they say consultation. The PPRC chairman tell APC they know the pass of constitution, so they put on the constitution. We agree.
Right.
We accepted, so there's no consultation and there's no selection. So how on earth are we going to forget your MP then? That's the question, Ibrahim.
That's a good.
That is a good
question.
We are not going to allow any selections.
That is a good question.
So let's understand this thing. If they refuse, because they refuse to be selected for parliament, that's where APC will get MP. Because we were there to communicate and go court with all of them. If they allow for let's select them. Why are they holding for 4 years?
Comrade.
No,
let me just land there. APC for understand, say, one, we on constitution totally and supported by PPRC, there should be every angle the chairman did when they go to every angle election is election. Cash box, PR system no they give it chance for elect.
Comrade, I think you've made your point.
Your constitution no they give it chance for elect.
Comrade,
for selection, what I go elect now?
Comrade, you don't make that point yet.
On which system they elect now?
Comrade,
so if understand say Salon not ready for move it. So we prefer Madam you for let it go 6 months on top of time. And they give you another 5 worst miserable which alone go down now finally. So we know they allow if this APC is serious, people know say they sincere to the actions, Ibrahim, then tell me I take on the following press conference. The following press conference with the ultimatum say in 10 days, if this not reverse, not ever call for protest for any of this people will play out. Ibrahim, we want a political action with sincerity. Ibrahim, they have up to 13 political parties. Let them call their pull to action. Let them now show their face. Now they call for protest. Suppose I'm going to call for protest for an organization. Let us see protest with the leadership, right? Until or unless happen, let's talk for the talk for that thing.
Absolutely. Comrade, I'm about to enter the building, but before I enter the building, I want to make this point and then cash in people's power. People's power, no, they can catch you historical perspective now. Listen to this attentively. That call people attention for letting us see why make the SLPP want for take the PR system at all cost. When I remember back in 1996, the elections, like you know some data now, like you know some figures. In 1996, when the PR system will be used that 10 day, when I not say PR system, when you look at the Southeast, the way the people in the vote tender, now predominantly like SLPP, and then no other political party that gets nothing there. So Marabio, of course, it's guy for protect himself now. In the future, we get for lost the elections, the presidential elections, they protect himself. Say, we look forward for get a big parliament, get a majority in a parliament. So go for they go protect them for because all the cases they were in the massacres, the killings, the murders, the thief. So this is what happened in 1996 elections. Like the numbers there. SLPP begets 269,888 votes in 1996, where na be 35.94%. These are the elections we give them parliamentary seats, the seats they wouldn't get. So again, 269,888 votes na them get for parliament. So they get 35% of the votes. And then the United National People's Party, when a UNPP, of course, all the other political parties they are all losing at the north. Now they all come out north and northwest. So that is why the big chunk of the APC, they go take away everything from APC. APC now even get seats in the parliament. That is why the SLPP are for involved. Go with this PR system because we not forget. So we have political parties, 16, 17 of political parties there. So that is what is happening there.
Well, that's only applicable, Ibrahim. Depends on because remember even the announcements not tell we. The structure of the voting pattern. It could well be say now one green vote. Now they determine everything. Now they determine the president. Now they determine the PR system, the parliamentary system where they don't impose.
No, Kashi, the PR system.
Come make the point. Wait,
Kashi, give the number real quick. Let people get this perspective real quick. So UNPP begets 163,219 votes. When I be 22%. And then People's Democratic Party, PDP, begets 114,429. When I be 13%, when I be actually 15.24% of the vote. Then APC, unanimous APC beget, then
5%. I remember.
Thank you. 42,467, when I be 5.66%. And then National Unity Party get 39,000 when I be 5% again of the vote. But how much seats they get in the parliament? Now that's idea I want for take on the back. Let us see exactly what they say. So with all those votes, SLPP end up for get 27 seats in the parliament. APC we get 5 seats in the parliament.
Yeah.
UNPP gets 17, PDP 12, NUP 4, You know, so I just say point these things out. Let us see. We make Cherry Coco as the leader of the opposition. Una APC people are not for play with this nonsense. If under no circumstances, but Kashi, go ahead. Because again, not forget say the PR system they affect the parliamentary as much as the presidential.
About, you know, the PPRC become and say the APC constitution should be in tandem with the national constitution. That tells you, you know, some people have come in. I think I'm happy when you bring that point. That tells you by the SNPP government for starve the APC for move as a political party. Because if the PR system was all along in our constitution, that tells you like the PR system is the selection process. So you know the lawyer will interpret them otherwise. I do not know.
Oh, Kashi, that's you. Kashi.
If it is a selection process,
Kashi,
why did you criticize APC selection process? And the APC selection process was an option as well.
Kashi, I don't know, Kashi. What's here to say? I don't know why they doubt you, your abilities. You keep calling say the lawyer them. But the thing is clear, it's black and white in English. You understand? And consequently, I mean,
no, you see, Brian,
I feel your point.
The way we salon day, I will tell you one thing. I like that they see black sona, yeah. I like that they see. Now make like, you know, just allow them minute. You see, this whole PR system, you know, Brian, you know, sorry.
Yeah, Cashbox, Ibrahim. He always they talk about dishonest politicians. Politicians, they're not honest to themselves. They're not honest to the country. Ibrahim, this and the proportional representation, we at the district block system, we need for ensure, see, let's salon people they know exactly the electorate them. See, una not get power again if we go to this PR system, the district block system, where not a single constituency now they get. Una no go see na Kongikwita awale go na parliament, na Ibrahim awale go na parliament, na Cashbox awale go na parliament. I be don't tell una na this platform see this the President Bill one this dictatorship we depends to. You know, only want for be a dictator, they want in family members them as well. If for they part of that. Ibrahim come Equator and Cashbox. Then PRC bring comes to now for make them for capture everything for the under them control. Let the people them not even get voice. Let the people them not go determine again who that for go represent in a parliament. Ibrahim, this thing where they tell us so I know alone I think can joke. Una when at the listeners them, una not take this joke. This not to joke. This not to time this for joke. This is very, very serious. This is very, very serious. How you can't tell people them say the chairman of them political party they yasu, the leader them of them political party they yasu, now then go determine who that for go represent the people in parliament. Where in the first place the people not even know what they will represent in a parliament. This not dishonesty what they try for tell people and the dishonesty. Mother you where you be there in opposition, you go na BBC, they talk all kind of rubbish. The 11th hour and they change the electoral laws them. And Escoma, this mother beauty don't make people and they go for lek and love and Escoma every other day. How you go can't do this kind of selection because this is completely welcome request. You know, when they talk about this, let me tell people them, family them, we all get responsibility as a nation. We the citizens, we get responsibility for law we see certain things that they go wrong. We need for calm and stand. This PR system, the people don't know what's up. Even this SLPP. The SLPP, when you look the people who know what's the SLPP, this proportional representation, the PR, the district block system, over 95% of SLPP people they know what's up. But now waiting Madabio and Anatoma they want. Waiting other people them. We feel them go benefit from that. Waiting them want that aim. But you know what? The people are waiting in opposition we want and they make sad mistakes. And they make sad mistakes. Because if you feel say now under Alfred Peter Conte in regime or under Alfred Peter Conte, we go get that kind of stuff then they no. The APC party go don't get leadership. The APC party go don't get flag bearer. The APC party go don't get the chairman, the deputy chairman. Then go don't get them executive. But this PR system not good for our own democracy. And not good for we own democracy now. Now the political party now they determine who that they go represent the people in our parliament. Who accept the people and get responsibility. You get for reach a time, nobody no gets no member of parliament for go hold responsible. Say na cash box, na be member of parliament. And they go all I'm responsible. Say na I no make this happy, na I no make this happy, or na I make this happy, happen. Because the one for try for whip the parliamentarians that they earn from the people. Let the people they not get no voice because this now one green box now they get for put the Western area. If you can say that 28 cities at the Western area. That 28 cities now one green box then they put for the parliamentarians. Now, a symbol no more now they go vote for. Now symbol no more you see. You know they see nobody in face. Nobody absolutely in face. You know get for see that the ballot paper. You know they see nobody in face that the ballot paper where you get for go vote for as member of parliament. Now the APC party is symbol. Now they see that the ballot paper. Now the parliamentary ballot paper. Now the APC symbol no more. Now they see the now the ballot paper. You see the APC symbol. You see the SLPP symbol. You see all the other symbol in there. That for tell you say you don't even know the one itself who you go vote for. You don't even sabi them. You don't even know them. Then go take bus to man at Kailao. Then go pull her all the way at Kailao. They can't put her na Makeni. They say now will put you for being member of parliament. So far the people in Makeni. So far the people in the north and the northwest. This are the way this way the SLPP will do. They want to go take all the southeasterners. People away at the southeastern and they bring them all at the north and the northwest, the western area, rural and other. They bring the council now, they can put you as member of parliament. Because at that time, you don't go even know that you get for vote for who. You just go vote. Because the person when you get for go to parliament, not get for can campaign to you. You can't tell you say, can't vote for me. Now me face this. No flyer for that member of parliament. You don't get for see. Now the percentage here now get for speak. Would I name the number one? Now they go parliament. Would I name the number two? Now they go parliament. Would I name the number three? Now they go parliament. If you know Ibrahim, now the people they want, they take Ibrahim in name. They go put on 28. Now 28 Ibrahim they go there. When they go put Ibrahim 28, tell them they come off from number one, go 28, all things done. So tell them 500 are the first 5 people they know more. Now they go qualify, then go parliament. Ibrahim with the 28, when I the people they want, you know go there. Come request with the 27, now the people they want, you know go there. Cash box with the 26, now the people they want, you know go there. The people's power will not. So in the people they want, then go put me number one. Now we go sit up na parliament and not get anything for go do there. Just go sit down because the political party can be good. I know answerable to nobody. Not to nobody can be going to parliament. I mean, political party, I mean, money. And they go to the ABC, I go give $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, and I put my name number one. Where I don't give this $7,000, $8,000, and I'm name for the number one, and I'm name that they put number one. The political party not care whether I qualify or not qualify. Whether I go able to represent the people, I they don't really care about that. Now that's $7,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Why I don't go give them? Then go put me name number one. This now they say the people them, then they do primaries. The primaries that the people and the constituency. Now then the vote say na come request a what to go represent we na constituency 001. Now come request we want. You know what cash box day 001 na come request a what. Now we go to the primaries. We go do the primaries. At the end of the day, now come request win the primaries. Now the people they say this man now wants to go represent in the parliament. Then the party go pull the symbol again. When the party pull the symbol again, other people and they can contest back now the elections. We don't know say now come request and now we go for all responsible. If tomorrow anything happen at that constituency day, now come request how they go cry to. Hey, comrade, something don't happen now. Oh, now you not the member of parliament. Now we go put there yesterday. Now you be tell we say no vote for you. Now today something don't happen. Come. If you see family, we allow this PR system. That is not go for day again. No. Another for day. Communicator say no, communicator, you know, member of no, not so you can communicate in a parliament. Communicator in a political party can go to parliament. They want time for make sure say una the people them and the parliamentarians them. They want for separate the people and the parliamentarians. The dictatorship wait for day na SLPP they want can go to the country. And na Toma, na inga for determine all the SLPP people how they go parliament. Now where they tell you so then they par lobby. People and then they par lobby. They say this PR system it dey work. Then they par lobby. They say this PR system they work. Who are they par cleaning at all my food? Who are they par leaking boots? Who are they par Congo sir? Because now inga for determine now the Ibrahim this thing alone not take a joke. This PR system, this thing and they do them. Then they do have the one for give the leadership the responsibility to Natoma for select the people away what they go to parliament for the SLPP. Ibrahim, I know exactly what I'm saying. This woman here, Natoma, now if for determine who that they go to parliament for the SLPP. Now that position there, now that work there, they want leader woman they do. Let everybody in the SLPP be a bootlicker. Everybody in the SLPP for be Congosa. If you see you no go Congosa to Natoma, believe you me, you no go to parliament. I don't know how you powerful. If the people in Akailan they let you, they love you, no. If you in Natoma, no want you, no way. You name it, they enlist that in they prepare the list. Natoma, and I get to prepare the list. And in the Natoma, every day, they put up behind the SLPP people, especially in full man where it gets in Aflau. The Aflau president will get Natoma, man. They put up behind and say that PX system, I want time. Now me for them control. Now me determine who that nigga for go inside parliament. Now me for determine who that name I want for put na the list that they put on there. That the same thing therefore happen at the All People's Congress Party. The person who for be the leader, the flag bearer. Now ain't gonna be the leader of the party. Now ain't they determine who that they go parliament. The one that for be the chairman of the party. Now then for determine now not to the people. And Ibrahim come request and cast. But let me tell you now, say, if we go with the PR system, the local council is finished. The local council is finished. Now we are the tell you now, so waiting government they do now. Then they try for put themselves in order for let us see how they go bring laws them, where they go include the local council. That's the they do now. How they go bring laws them, where they go include the local council. Because for right now, as I talk to you, so no PR system that exists with local councils. Because now inside the constituency system, now there we get the wards. Inside constituency, now don't get the wards them there. Now we know they get a single constituency. Now we get a single. Now I make them call it the district block system. District block system not for allow the independent candidates to for even contest. No independent candidate. Nobody when an independent candidate not for contest in that election still. Remember, where Marabi gonna Kalawa at one point in time, where he come and talk and say, he say let people left for go independent like Kalawa. Ibrahim, you get that video, you remember. He said I SLPP people are the independent people. Let them left for go independent. So all of this district block system, what are the PR system, what are they try for bring camp? A lot of other people will believe say that for going independent, no way, no there for you. How the local council get for can survive now? Because when you get constituency 001, you get 3 words the inside constituency 001. You get 4 words the inside constituency 002. So suddenly then are 2 words them. How the word go come operate with PR system? Ibrahim, now this question I ask every other day. How the council for can work with the PR system? The same SLPP worked with the PR system in 1996. And 2002, they worked with the PR system. Now, Pakaba say, you know what? Let we try for improve with democracy. Let we try for bring with democracy in the light where everybody will enjoy. Where the people will get the power and the power for belongs to the people. Let we bring with democracy. Let we people and determine now who that for go represent in a parliament.
Thank you. That is a powerful point.
They bring this constituency-based representation. They bring the constituency-based representation. Now, in lead we for make we go the 2004 local council elections. The people for all that year.
Yep.
We don't practice the constituency-based representation of parliament in 2007,
right.
in 2012, in 2018. We practice them up to this time. Now we use. But not the problem. They say if you're not broke, not fix them. Now so cash post can tell you. They say if something the table not broke, why they go fix them?
No.
Go ahead, Ibrahim.
No, people. So to that point, which I want for hard is the fact that people for understand say Section 38A was only added in 1996 to the Constitution, where 38A now for do with the block, the PR, the proportional representation or district block system of voting. It was only added to the Constitution because at the time we not be get the war be there. They only add them for do with the situation at the time for able for suit the way we for carry on with the elections then, because we'll not be able to get constituencies them existing at the time of the war because rebel them be there. We don't explain all them things there to people them. So now make the add 38A. 38A was not a mistake. It was only there with default when the natural way we vote now with constituency based elections. But because in 1996 we get a rebel war, we won with election, and then we know so the rebels they occupy certain areas them and section them. Now make one for reach day, for get people them, neck agents them, for go register people and all that stuff. Then they so now make we use the PR system that 10 days. That's the only reason.
And I make Ibrahim when they talk on something to the desperate measures not good for any country. Because we can get late back about it and don't see that opportunity for kind of power under the matter being regime, except they don't see the kind of power by force together. All them pulling the federals and they for say peace election before peace because they wanted to come to power. Even if not just freedom be vote, the man kind of power. They don't look at the other part of I'm saying, you know what? We want to really want election, but love try for fast track peace with all the influences we get at UN, the James Junior and now the Spencer and now all the influences they get no able to end the war. Rather than you just pay get elections. Measures.
I see you point. But don't forget we want the junta for go that tobacco. You know, see matter be overthrow this.
Let me say the desperate measures who all man don't engage with the MPs the rule.
Yeah.
Now it make all people lost sight of the peace. We lead to United to 1997 to the general extinction because you know some them can say desperate measures they benefit country.
Absolutely.
Because people belong against the MPRC and them the Tinuma that built them too. They wanted them to go by fire by force. But everybody forget now say, okay, what about them go to the next thing? The next thing now Pakabani Council Major lead AFRC lead January 6 to Freetown, make the work and Freetown now. So in the future, Salon only the rush for desperate measures because we watch at the people the honesty first.
Right.
We just want to achieve this thing for our own selfishness or our own for country's sake. Because now Salon get for the thing now, politicians the actions for country. Oh, now for the interest because if most employees only do something in their favor.
Absolutely.
65 but Magaika in favor. You can't come and the benefits up. You see, so many laws the way they happen now in people in favor, not in the country favor. And any law those steps alone. Always at the end of the 5 years down the line, they come back against that law because they are doing it when they are in governance. Let us do this thing for life favor we. When they come out now, they can't see the same law that they've been crying for time. So we get for watch at the critical assassination, Ibrahim.
Comrade, so that point you make so I be just want you said something where we are for not be want to forget. Where you oh God, what was it again? I don't know why interrupt you there. But you said something. Oh, matter of fact, yes. A public announcement. Na radio, somebody tell me say there is a public announcement na radio when they call the Kamajos them for the CDF. They want to get that CDF back together, but I don't tell them say they keep track. If you forget a recording of the public announcement, but that is what is happening right now when they call the CDF.
Not announcement, Ibrahim. Now, Uju they make, then they call themselves because one man do it because even do the work only by government. You know, one of the Ibrahim then Kamajos they still the boast because they never been trying for the crime then committee. Ibrahim people who kill man they eat up.
Comrade,
people who kill
tomorrow, discuss that.
All the Kamajos not free. This guy they call Cyril, the commander they all come back because let me say something, Ibrahim. The guy talk one thing. I will send that audio to you because I'm to you anyway.
Okay.
The guy say SLPP what's made enough for commit suicide because if they allow SLPP for command power. What's for happy, you know, go fight for them. They actually know the thing they don't do that. You know, they know the bad way don't do that. If the government change now, that bad guy for 100. Then they forget say who not gonna support that bad day. So in as much as not being talked to now, what's get happy now we don't do bad now for left this year problem for me. Then no see that case against Ali Kunda, the people will get for carry visitor because Ibrahim, you cannot send Bazi Kamara for over 60 years. When then I just AFRC then come, you left Ali Kunda when they don't form Kamajo from 1994, the non-form Kamajo don't kill problem, it will get a 7 year sentence. You cannot free August Zimbabwe and they start the one in 1991. you go sentence Abbas, because these people, it is you know, going to sentence Basi, you left Jibu he left my them. He left people be saying that when have been postman them. So they know this thing, so they are the key audios, so let them fall back. If it can't to divorce, they say either the first alone or the feds. I send you to you. I get the audio already.
Corey, thank you. Actually, this because we give it's in a radio. They even announce on a radio, so we have to listen out for that particular.
Maybe that Justice Radio on the tribals.
Okay.
You know, sometimes we get 98.1. Yes. They don't go from Justice Radio. We know the information minister and get them.
Right.
98.1. Now in the Spencer they get where they make them kill people. Then they come play say they say if they are good save like Kabaka Rulam. In 1997 and 1998, the non-form Justice Radio again, so that they don't talk. Only the general, but me get the audio of the person. We go to another 70 minutes that was sent to you.
Thank you, comrade. And comrade, tomorrow that is the big conversation because this time, I not say last then 10 in the way we will not get access to information, we don't understand what's in the happen. What these guys are looking for is the extinction of a whole section of a country on a whole set of people, and they look for this particular time. Extinction, totally, evisceration. That is what they're looking for. Because if they start that nonsense there again, it is like it is the end of everything. But anyways, we'll left and we'll continue that conversation tomorrow. When I listen to this message again and again, Salon people we know say certain things. When I remember, but we'll continue for reminder now. The PR system, when I call on members of parliament, tell them say we don't want them. And then make sure say this nonsense letter we can write, we not sign, enough for stand. So now two things, the APC and the opposition. APC is the biggest political party in opposition. Honorable Chaidoba, these are the two things we want to see a proclamation. Where is that correspondent? As Cashbox read the letter, where is the correspondent from the president? We want to see him because we want tangible evidence and proof of treason that has been committed. Section 108, subsection 8 of the Constitution has been violated because the president decided to go behind Parliament for come with a proclamation, for can declare a PR system. We're not even called for at this particular point in time. So the treason is on, and we know say Salon people ready. People are going to pay the price for violating this constitution. And they talk again until people pay the price for violating this constitution. Then see them line people them up, 50, 60, 100 of them. Then line them up in the gallows. Then cut. They hang them. I swear to God, they lost their lives. Salon they go before. We have to do it. We have to do it in our country today.
Ibrahim, how do again? The question has to be asked. How do we know, say, they violate the Constitution? And the reason why I'm saying this, because I know Honorable Cherikoko tweet, but now that they tell we say Parliament, the argument is all over the place, say Parliament kind of like give the blessing to the president. We do not know. The only time we would get clarity on that, now where again, you mentioned Section 86.2. The Parliament, 20% of them, for trigger a sitting and debate about this issue. Let's get the clarity on this thing. Let we kind of like open the debate in the Parliament, and then the lawmakers, the judiciary, can get a base for which then they begin like the proceedings of these issues. How do we know? Because it could well be, say, Parliament do something where we the public don't know.
Thank you.
And they need to tell us that no, their hands are clean. This is the reason why I say, do we actually know that they actually violate the Constitution?
I see your point. So I think say Cherikoko for Kamna Radio, for take to the radio stations now and can clarify.
Go to a tweet, Ibrahim. It say attempts to impose, what impose mean? Force. They put on your throat.
Right.
A PR system for the 2023 election is illegal.
Right.
Sierra Leone is tired of the endless political standoff. It's illegal. You don't tell we. But how do we know that now whose base where the president stand on for go do this thing? So Parliament gets to come clean to we and tell we when we expose this thing. Because we go say yes, they break the Constitution, but do we know they really broke the Constitution somewhere?
Thank you, Kashi. Because to that point, where it tweets so the international community and when they will land book don't see them. But we people with Mama and Papa Granny they will upline. Let them hear from the leader of the parliament now for they can talk to them. Let's take an interview. What do you do, Cherikoko, not take interview? Why not take interview?
Also section 108, where it say any alteration, you know the excuse where they give because somebody give excuse say they change waiting parliament discourse when they go print them.
Right.
That person not commit treason as well. Because
absolutely.
He say any alteration to this.
Yeah.
To this Constitution.
Yeah.
If anybody alter anything, go change anything. That's a treasonable act.
Absolutely.
And these are some of the things that, if that's the case, Parliament get for tell we waiting they agree upon and waiting they go print, and then we kind of like get people and way for all accountable. No, Ibrahim, we cannot be saying that, oh, President break law. We don't actually know whether Parliament kind of like work in tandem with this president or waiting. Now, whose basis when the president kind of, because he say anything when the president can do, there is no way Parliament is able to do anything. The president is able to do anything without the Parliament approving it.
Well, Kashi.
So,
reading the tweet where you read about from Cherry Coco, it tell we at this particular point say, no authority.
Yes.
So we know now say na Mara violate the constitution at this particular point.
Absolutely.
Until tomorrow, we find out say, then guy in like we, hey, that is the greatest sin, and we not forgive them.
I totally agree. Waiting, Honorable Cherry Coco say now, it's like I say, wait, nothing. They not agree with President Bio.
Thank you.
But again, they go back to Usa you start. Like any section 108, any alteration. But then tell me, like I say, somebody in the printing side, they go change waiting Parliament not agree. So these are some of the things that we need to go back to Parliament. Parliament go tell we, waiting they gazette, waiting they discuss, waiting they agree, who side the discrepancy there, and then we get somebody where we for all accountable.
And also, Kashi, then for invoke section 51 of the Constitution, if Cherry Coco really believes this within this president don't do so, it's totally wrong. Now misconduct from the office of the president for violating the Constitution. So section 51 again, we get the power for get members of parliament and for sign an article of impeachment against this president. Section 51 for impeachment.
We just that.
And Kashila clarify, because before they say who's I get the power for do no, we not say even if you not get the power, but you make the attempt for say I'm asking of one impeachment of this president.
If parliament not call for impeachment for president, we do forgery. Yes. He will be dead that place.
Thank you.
Parliament not call for the first lady in statement by the Afghanist press. Parliament refuse deliberate refusal of bringing the Afghanist press in convention of Parliament. Deliberate refusal.
Yep.
Parliament they see inside even elections, the Afghanist press pull money, not just say money. It show how the money go. It show how they misuse them, and they consistently pull. If the parliaments refuse for bring the chance rebuilding in topic. Yeah. Now, based on all evidence that we know, who said the money to go, and the Afghanist press continue to pull the evidence about see the money, they begin use that money from 2019. Then they refuse for call. These are serious matters, Ibrahim. If you can see, say,
let me end on this.
Parliament abandon the convention. They don't say Parliament expunge out. They say the Parliament abandon this PR system. Imagine. This is serious.
Let me end on this, and Ibrahim, I'll end on this. You see, some people with all what we talk so the PR system, lawyer go come, then go interpret them their own way. Mr. Jack go come and interpret them in your own way. You see, one thing we are always they say the democracy get for do about the people, and also one thing we are always they emphasize on this confidence. You see, no matter how you see Ibrahim comrade in people's power, I don't know what make Africa. We get bad name. We name the smell. We like people do not trust us. Every now and then we they do things the way they make we situation get worse. For God's sake, if even some of these things we want to try for do, we have the type of like excuse for doing it. Do you guys think about the image, the tension where it cause as a result of what you're doing? No matter how kind best lawyer than the rotten lawyer they work in the country, we cannot do anything. See, don't they watch camera by the rots in a jail, LAJ, and begin them the rots in a jail. They cannot stand up for those things. Now that they can't interpret them, book their way, and cog their way, they don't go cog na school, na Fobe college. They don't go cog, they don't pass. Cog and pass. Now they cannot think about the image, the state of the country. How this confusion, they cause instability, they cause for make like people and all kind of like already dysfunctional society. They become even worse. Mm-hmm. Why can't you just do the basic? We go stabilize the country. Why say system when we not be broke? Like when people's power say, why do you want to change it? Why would they destroy the image, the state? How people imagine say Africa? They're like, why would I need for kind of like always cause like this disjointedness in the society? When they erode confidence, they erode like for make people get integrity, trust with country. Why? Absolutely. And when they ask, why Africa poor? Over Absolutely. To you, Brian.
Thank you. the constituency-based election is a default mode of election in Sierra Leone. Now, the main way we would vote. The only reason we make the add section 38A that because we get Gable War in 1996, I make we use the PR system. We cannot.
No, Ibrahim, in 1996, they're not as 37. Now, 2001, Proposal 2, so because one of them don't the council, we not mistake. We not abuse the constitution in 1996. No, no, control abuse constitution 9, back about them now for pull their head. Because the rest of people consider that way, they get for only 1 day for the abuse of the constitution in 1996. So for pull their head, then they counter in 201. That thing, that different thing they can elected in 2001 for 2 elections. In 1996, so they abuse the constitution totally entirely. Nobody not think up. Because they want the MPS to go. Now make us say some desperate moment happen in the desperate measures. Not an offense because everybody want to get democracy. That means it maybe the war will end. It's not an offense. But I mean realize say we don't mistake we don't abuse because to that is not spam. In 2001 they added 38 days. So
Right.
Ibrahim,
And again, comrade, to that point,
Yeah, go ahead.
because at the time they will not be even get a parliament, so we get a junta.
Mhm.
So that was why,
Yes.
we cannot hold them
Yes.
culpable for any crimes committed.
Yes, that means
But
we don't
anyways,
hold them accountable.
Exactly.
Equally, we need to try them for that they
Right.
say them abuse them. We
Right.
want to see desperate measures them because we wanted
Thank you.
this MPRC for let them go. All about we don't have the MPRC.
Absolutely.
Even when the staff set now, one let MPRC go. So we all say that will get democracy because one let the war end.
Absolutely.
Ibrahim,
All right.
saloon problem. Don't na 3 institutions non damage saloon. Then that two them take note of do the entire report. Now the judiciary and the police. But they forget about the House of Parliament. We then pass all them bad law in 1965. We make a legal ban and go to 1991. And we don't see now this 20%, now this was evidence then we whole speakers we say two way for debate at Parliament either an actor or the expunge is saying that the president get the power. Then try for tell you say who commit to support you. Ibrahim, this Parliament, trust me, an office thing they give president we will do we don't go ever call on a parliament for.
Absolutely.
Or nothing. There are a lot of things they don't call like this president. Impeachment not to say in the full president. Impeachment is a process.
Absolutely.
For let them on a record say them no attempt impeachment for so crime we will not commit.
Yeah.
Now a process. It happen in UK now. It not happen na America. Say when you do something, they move the motion of impeachment. If you win, okay. If you lost, you go. But a process, they refuse. If this guy not the whole president for corruption, with so many leaders in the world, South Africa, 2 presidents are corruption prudent. Tamobeki Jacob Zuma. 2. Nine party pull level.
No,
And so many leaders in the world.
They will say
Real parliament, they see the
different.
evidence of Africanist press. They refuse. This is a complete refusal of bringing this thing for Syria. Look, it's 10 section, then they accuse Africanist press section, it's in SLPP. So that's how cheap they are. How cheap they are.
And that is
If you see a
why.
whole member of parliament, they go text, they go write. See when they don't go to the parliament, say the my publication are true. You go to say not to true. Up to date, for country, we say not to do them. They say not to somebody I can page, but you know can't talk publicly. Say not to be do now I can page. Imam to respect. That make us probably say let poke out. That's the truth.
Absolutely, that's a fact. So a lot of people don't left on there. When I talk to our leaders, when members of parliament, them, when our leaders in our opposition, they don't act. They didn't take proper action this time. We watch them for CWT in the pan. We left fire tomorrow. We'll come and talk, discuss this Kamajo situation, this CDF thing, and this Chansky building. Reports by African Express. Bye bye, everybody.